Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Game God Fluent, bringing you episode 9 of Let's Play Loren, the Amazon Princess. Hope you guys are doing well and enjoying the LP if you're watching it thus far. We are going to get right into it. We talked to everybody at camp, and let's go ahead and leave. Oh, their facial expressions change based on how intimate we are with them, I think. Loren is, we have a 4 on the affection meter. Alright. We camped, so the enemies are going to be more powerful. Let's travel through human lands. Let's go. Alright, fiery mages, let's pick them off. Karen, strike through does not do much damage. Let's focus target 2. Dora. Oh, cannot kill them in one shot. Inferno. Dang. It's gonna be a little wicked. Let's see, how about throw a tornado on them? Oh. Strike through should kill them. Oh, no. That one's guarding him, so we could be in some potential trouble here. Let's go ahead and strike through these guys. Very effective attack. Let's go ahead and take out that wizard as soon as we can. Alright, we should be good now. Kill. Boom. That seemed easier, actually. Not too bad. Now we can get back to the Citadel. An emerald, 120. That's the most expensive gem we have so far. A rare gem. You can sell it to merchants to get a good sum of gold. Nice. The Citadel was right in front of them. Loren walked toward the legendary gates of the fortress with pride. The guards at the post jumped in surprise and announced the arrival of the princess, and more amazingly, the queen as well. The large doors creaked open. Inside of the fortress, hundreds of Amazons rushed to form a procession by the entrance, all kneeling to welcome back their royalty. Loren stepped up to the bowing women with her hands on her hips. "I have returned. I was told many suns ago that our queen, my mother, had gone missing and that she was dead. I bring her to you now." Karen stepped forward and the entire city seemed to apologize and cheer at once. "Oh, hail Queen Karen!" She held out her hand to quiet them. They all looked to her with fear of punishment for leaving her to die. "My daughter was very brave in finding me. She has proven great strength and intelligence where I have failed. I was your queen, but I do not feel worthy of this honor any further. Mother!" Karen quickly gestured Loren to be silent. "A more fit ruler has presented herself, and I will relinquish my throne to my daughter within the season." The Amazons bowed to Loren. "Hail, Prince Loren! Princess Loren! Mother, I did not bring you back for this. You are their queen. I am a weakling. You have seen what I am." Karen blinked rapidly and looked away. "I will prepare you for rule, and then you will be queen. You saved me, and I am grateful. This is what I want." Loren gaped at her mother, unable to believe what had just happened. She was interrupted when Briza approached urgently. "Princess Loren, a very important guest is waiting for an audience with you." When she could finally tear her eyes from Karen, she processed the message. Apollomesho is quick for an old man. Fine. Tell him I will be with him in a moment's time. Loren went with Saren to meet her guests. Even though they had arrived back home and the mission was complete, Loren had not dismissed his service. Both seemed to ignore it for fear that bringing it up would definitely put an end to the partnership. They walked into the audience chamber and found two people that neither had been expecting. A woman clad in live vegetation and a blonde elven scout were standing together on the other side of the room. Saren was instantly taken aback by the woman's beauty. Could she be a fabled forest sprite? A druid? That would have explained her appearance. Who are you? Both of the visitors paused when they saw Saren. The elf was particularly sour to see a human and kept a hand on his crossbow. I am Elder Druid Mirth, and this is my brother, Ree. A druid and an elf? Why are you here? We have never met, but I represent the Elven Nation. As you've no doubt heard, the Empire and the Elves are now at war. You've come to recruit the Amazons to your side. I suppose it is fairly obvious. I would not be here at this grim time if it were not very important. I do wish for support, but not of the entire Amazons, just Princess Loren. Just me? Why? We know you have the Ember Blade, and we know that it has recognized you. It's hard for outsiders to keep secrets in Elven territory. Saren could not take his eyes off the druid. For a moment the druid met with his eyes and caught him staring. Her cheeks started to glow ever so slightly. Sorry to say you traveled here in vain. I am not siding with the humans or elves. Princess, important guests have arrived for an audience. More, your friends. In through the doors walked in Apollomesho and Amukiki not far behind. The druid and her elf jumped in shock. Agents of the Empire. Elven witch! Apollomesho raised his staff to cast an attack spell, but Ray had shot a perfectly aimed bolt, knocking it from the mage's hand. Oh, Ray is the brother, right? I thought it kind of messed that up there. In the next moment, Ray was tackled by Amukiki while Mirth had summoned vines to puncture through the floor tiles and grab Apollomesho's legs. Or no, Ray is the sister. Stop this madness! Saren ran to the elf and the gladiator to pull them apart. With a sturdy kick of his foot, he shoved the gladiator away from the elf and out of his chokehold. A quick flash of his sword kept the two separated. You will not battle within the citadel. Mirth and Apollomesho huffed at each other from across the room. Their companions slowly stopped growling at each other and joined the other sides. Within these walls no war exists. If you battle, I will eradicate you. Understand? My apologies, Princess Loren. I was not expecting the enemy. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, guys. Can I actually reload? Because I got the voices and stuff mixed up. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, we didn't fight. I'm sorry, guys. That's okay. We'll do this quickly. I didn't save. That's me. I should save more often. Focus target 2. Yeah, I gotta save a little more often. Whirlwind. Tornado. Strike through. Oh, she's weakened. That's different. Should have killed him. Let's see if we can. No. whirlwind's a pretty nice attack, actually, even when she's weakened. It wasn't too bad. Alright, let's take them out now. Draco. Oh, they pulled apart. Simple enough. Oh, we didn't get the emerald that time. Dang. Alright, I'll click through this. Yeah, I'm confused about who the elves are. I didn't quite get that. Okay, Loren went with Saren to meet her guests. Even though they had arrived back home and the mission was complete, Loren had not dismissed his service. Both seemed to ignore it for fear that breaking up would definitely put an end to the partnership. They walked into the audience chamber and found two people that neither had been expecting. A woman clad in live vegetation and a blonde elven scout were standing together on the other side of the room. Saren was instantly taken aback by the woman's beauty. Could she be a fabled forest sprite, a druid? That would have explained her appearance. Who are you? Both of the visitors paused when they saw Saren. The elf was particularly sour to see a human and kept a hand on his crossbow. Oh, Mirth is the woman clad in vegetation. I am Elder Druid Mirth, and this is my brother, Ray. A druid and an elf? Why are you here? We have never met, but I represent the Elven Nation. As you've no doubt heard, the Empire and the Elves are now at war. You've come to recruit the Amazons to your side. I suppose it is fairly obvious. I would not be here at this grim time if it were not very important. I do wish for support, but not of the entire Amazons, just Princess Loren. Just me? Why? We know you have the Ember Blade, and we know that it has recognized you. It's hard for outsiders to keep secrets in Elven territory. Saren could not take his eyes off of the druid. For a moment, the druid met with his eyes and caught him staring. Her cheeks started to glow ever so slightly. I'm sorry to say you traveled here in vain. I am not siding with the humans or elves. Princess, important guests have arrived for an audience. More? Your friends? In through the doors walked in Apolomeshu and Amokiki not far behind. The druid and her elf jumped in shock. Agents of the Empire. Elven witch! Apolomeshu raised his staff to cast an attack spell, but Ray had shot a perfectly aimed bolt, knocking it from the mage's hands. In the next moment, Ray was tackled by Amokiki while Mirth had summoned vines to puncture through the floor tiles and grab Apolomeshu's legs. Stop this madness! Saren ran to the elf and the gladiator to pull them apart. With a sturdy kick of his foot, he shoved the gladiator away from the elf and out of his chokehold. A quick flash of his sword kept the two separated. You will not battle within the citadel. Mirth and Apolomeshu huffed at each other from across the room. Their companions slowly stopped growling at each other and joined the other sides. Within these walls, no war exists. If you battle, I will eradicate you, understand? My apologies, Princess Loren. I was not expecting the enemy. And I was not expecting filth. Listen to yourselves. You do not know each other, but you have already committed to hating one another. These two men have not proved to be evil and worth killing, and I doubt the druid and her brother are either. Then you have not heard of the horrible tales of what the Empire does to elves in their hands, or their plot to cleanse the whole world of them. Do you allow every aspect of your reasoning to be ruled by fear-mongering and lies? I will hear no more of this squabble. This war is your own fault. I'm glad you brought that up. On my trip back to Grimoire, I've learned something very disturbing. The origins of this war are not what you expect. I wonder how you will twist it to best paint the elves as the villains. Unfortunately, the villains are more intelligent than common elves. Ray reached for a bolt to load his crossbow, but stopped when Loren bared her teeth at him. The elves that attacked our town were not elves at all. Elves attacked your cities? That is backwards. Humans attack the forest. Perhaps it is both. Have you considered that? Neither of us attacked each other. I had to oversee the burial of 100 elves not too long ago, wizard. I am in no state of mind for your barbs. If you could listen, I would tell you that no elven corpses were found after their ambush, only the bodies of goblins. Using my magic, I was able to detect the essence of illusion, and I have put 2 and 2 together. The goblins merely looked like elven scouts when they attacked. So that means the humans that attacked the forest were goblins too. Precisely. The Empire did not instigate the war. Nor the elves by that conclusion. I will have to agree. So, if your magic is not mistaken, then only a demon could have organized these attacks. That magic is restricted to the Everburn Mountains. Demons. It's always demons. Faust. He is their leader. I have fought him in the past and he is beyond ruthless. He is near impossible to kill. My comrades and I had thought we'd done so. It appears we were wrong. Furthermore, the council did not believe me when I presented this revelation to them. They will not believe that the elves did not attack us. They are so thirsty to slaughter us, then. I do not want this war, Archwizard. I will see it end by any means. I find no glory in this war either. If we can find a means to a truce, then we should do it. A brief moment of silence told Loren that the two of them needed to form an alliance, or else they would kill each other off for no reason. Saren's gaze bounced between both faction leaders, eager for them to come to the same conclusion. I propose we join forces against our true enemy. Apollomesho straightened. The demons, you mean? Yes. We may not see eye to eye, but a more dangerous foe is at large. Then we shall seek peace with our nations? The old wizard was silent for a long moment and then reached out his hand towards the druid. She stared at it and then reached out her own. Oh. They shook hands with each other, sealing their new alliance. Everyone in the room marveled at how their attitudes had completely changed, putting their personal vendettas aside for the greater good. Gain a new party member, Mirth. Mage Druid. Alright, let's go ahead and save while we're at it. Druid are the magic users of the wilderness. Druids are the most common mage specialization among the elves, who have a natural affinity for air, water, and earth magic. They practice some dark magic, but they have banned fire magic because it is dangerous for the forest. Druids are also very good healers. 3 points. She has Nature's Touch, heal 3 nearby allies by 30% of their total HP. She can turn it into heal all allies in a row by 40% of total HP. Tangling Weed hits all enemies with earth damage for 100% of caster's base attack and a 30% chance of causing slowed for 3 turns. Smoke Cloud hits all enemies with fire damage for 100% and 10% chance of causing burn for 3 turns. Stinging Swarm, same idea, but air damage and can cause tired for 3 turns. And Hail, same idea, but can cause water or can cause frozen, and it's water damage. Alright, let's go ahead and get Nature's Touch too. And heal all allies by 50% of total HP. Needed 80 SP though. I think we should go ahead and get that. It's a very powerful skill. Let's go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1. One. And for the last skill, hits all enemies with earth damage. Yeah, that's pretty wicked. Oh, these hit all enemies. I did not even realize that. Okay, let's go ahead and get this one. 45% chance of causing slowed and 125% of character's base attack. Oh, we don't meet the requirements. My mistake. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Tangling Weeds. Finished. Can the elves really work together with the humans? We must try, Ray. The only other option is to be attacked on two fronts rather than just one. Archwizard, the sword? Oh yes, Princess Loren's sword. The time has come to use it. Are you... Who's Mirth again? Are you seeking to manipulate her to do your bidding? The sword does not need to stand just for the Empire. It could stand for our combined forces as well. This sword is dragging me into commitments I have not made yet. Is that all it will do? I want nothing more to do with it. Loren unsheathed the sword and it glowed, but she immediately slammed it against the floor. Everyone gasped in horror. Amokiki rushed to pick the sword off the ground. He frowned at Loren. You're throwing it away, but it has chosen you. A piece of metal is not going to run my life. If you want it so badly, you can have it. I have plenty of superior weapons here at the Citadel. You will never find a blade stronger than this one. Don't be a fool and throw it away. The world needs you and you are running away. If our armies are to fight as one, we need not only a fearless leader, but one who would not appear to be biased towards either side. With this sword, everyone would agree that the gods themselves chose you to lead us against the demons. Your Highness, they need you. That is not my problem. Then we will ask the Queen to lead. Queen Karen is a good substitute. Though she cannot wield the sword. Loren was tense, thinking of her mother taking her place. Could she send her mother to war after just returning her home? This is absurd. You cannot have the Queen. That seems more like her decision than yours. Loren knew her mother would take up this role, if only as a means to kill herself. She could not lose her mother to this. Your Majesty. Saren had difficulty bringing Loren's hard stare towards him. Friendly. What happens outside of the Citadel will affect you too. If this war continues, you are letting the world you live in be destroyed and ruled by chaos. Whether you see a human or an elf, your life as it is now would not exist if it weren't for them. The clothes you wear are made from the silks woven by the elves, and the bread you eat was made by the wheat grown in the Empire's fields. We all need one another, or else everything we know and cherish will crumble apart. Loren stared straight in front of her, contemplating his words. Saren prayed that he had gotten through to his mistress. Finally, the princess's eyes blinked back into reality and looked at the faces around the room. The demons are asking for a fight, and I shall give it to them. Everyone was more than relieved. The air in the room was significantly lighter. Amokiki, the sword. The warrior looked down at the ember blade and then slowly walked up to Loren. She gazed at it warily. Amokiki knelt down suddenly in front of her, holding up the hilt for her to take. Loren stared down at the sword and then finally wrapped her fingers around its handle, lifting it into the air. It glowed. Is this your calling sword? Uniting these people to slay the demons responsible? I am sure of it, Your Highness. She sheathed it and looked over at her servant. We shall see, I suppose. An historical alliance was formed then. The humans and the elves had joined forces with the Amazons to lead one united army against the enemy who threatened them all. After some negotiations, both Apollomesho and Mirth were prepared to take the steps to convince their individual nations to end the war. The Citadel was designated as the base of operations due to it being the only neutral fortress in the land. The guests were all treated to a formal Amazon welcome and peacemaking rituals, including great feasts, folk songs, and tests of strength. After a few hearty days of bonding, the Amazons had concluded that an alliance could be formed between the three cultures, and even the human and elf factions began to put their differences aside. "You are very strong for an elf." "I believe that was a compliment. All right. You're not bad yourself. For a human." "I am the greatest warrior in Grimoire. I am not bad at all." "Even the greatest warrior can fall from a single arrow." The two stared at each other and then laughed. "You're right. I should have the arrows on my side even if I don't need them." "You think brute strength is everything, huh? Prepare to be proved otherwise." "Is that a challenge, assassin?" They paused, both sure that they were the superior fighter. "Accepted. May the best elf win." Amukiki chuckled and they slammed their fist together in a gesture of good sport. New party member Ray. Cool. Thief Assassin. Assassins are thieves who concentrate all of their efforts on killing a single target quickly. They have a wide array of deadly skills at their disposal to accomplish this goal, preferably with a crossbow, although they can also fight at close range. He's got Cold Blood passive, increased character resist against paralyzed, weakened, and scared. Bleeding Strike, target needs to be staggered, hits single target and has 60% chance of permanently lowering his HP by 15% for the rest of the battle. Headshot, hits single target for 110% damage and has 30% chance of causing confuse for 3 turns. Can open up Fatality for a staggered target with a critical hit and has 50% chance of instant kill if target is under 30% of health, if not a boss. Deadly Strike, hits burning, frozen, or tired target, causing 40% of target's actual HP damage. Increases resistance against paralyzed, weakened, and scared. Just makes it stronger. Let's go ahead and get Headshot. Wait, what is 30% of confused? Okay. Headshot. Fatality 1. And Cold Blood 2. Let's see, let's go skill 3, strength 3, will 1, skill 3, strength 3, skill. Very good. Ray. Nearby, Draco grinned excitedly and turned towards Ramus, standing idly next to him. He held out his fist towards him. May the best elf win. Ramus just looked at the fire mage. Or dwarf. What? Come on. Let's make a cool challenge-packed thingy, too. Ramus grumbled and walked away, leaving Draco hanging. He pouted. Well, sucks for you, because you were just going to win anyway. Now I win. Draco wins. Ha! Yeah. Saren walked up to his mistress, Loren, while she was holding her final audience with the Polymesho and Mirth. So it is agreed. We shall both head back to our capitals to divert attention far away from the Citadel, and to convince our nations to put a stop to this bloodshed. Yes, I will help the Forest Elders see how we were so easily fooled. Princess Loren, you must come visit each of us immediately. If everything goes as planned, we need to introduce you to our respective councils as the new commander of the combined army. Speaking of which, I do not feel the Grimoire Council will be so readily convinced that the elves did not attack. I may need your help in convincing them. I will come visit you both as time allows. Your Highness, all preparations for departure have been made. Oh, Saren, good. Stand in front of me. Yes? Saren cautiously stepped in front of Loren as she asked. The princess unsheathed her sword, and he tensed. My first decree as the High Commander is to promote you to my second in command. Majesty. Kneel, Saren. Without question, he obeyed. The Ember Blade then tapped both of his shoulders, and he looked up at Loren with disbelief. You have proven your worth to me as an advisor, and I will have it known that your commands are to be respected as if they were mine. Thank you, Majesty. My life is yours. The princess smiled almost unexpectedly. As my second in command, you may call me less formally. Yes, Prince, ma'am? The gesture was beyond comprehension. Was he no longer a slave? The feeling barely registered. An entire lifetime of being treated as just a lowly servant, and now Saren was given one of the highest honors he could ever obtain. Loren sheathed her sword, but it took Saren several more moments to stand again. I'm going to go ahead and save. I am happy for you. Back to our matter. You need a token of the Empire to pass into Grimoire unharmed. The old wizard materialized a medallion from his robes and held it out to Loren. She instead nodded for Saren to take it instead. This will let you pass into the Empire's lands without much trouble. I assume the rogues and bandits who do not recognize our laws will attack you anyway. That is a wise idea. I shall give you the forest blessing so that those still loyal to the elders will not strike you down. The druid closed her eyes and a glowing flower sprouted from her palm. She plucked it and handed it over to Saren. These will be useful. I will leave to meet with you soon. I must be off right now, but I will leave Amukiki to you. And I have convinced Ray to travel with you as well. Farewell and be safe. The two faction leaders bowed and left the palace to depart from the citadel altogether. Commander Briza approached Loren and saluted her with a hand over her heart. Your Majesty, the Amazons are ready to fight for you. Your allies are strong, and we will no doubt be victorious. But we should not turn down a chance to strengthen our numbers. There may still be more allies to be found hidden around Erevorn. A group of peculiar elves were discovered by our scouts in the Orcish wastes. If you wish to investigate, they had a strange blue color on their skin. They are not common elves, so be wary, Princess. Thank you. You are dismissed. More allies. Besides the dwarves, whom could we recruit to our cause? I can think of no one of value. If I may interject, we have encountered several powerful people in our journey that I think would be useful to have on our side. Sauser, the monk from Mount Kronos, was a very strong unarmed specialist. He would likely be interested in helping us. There is also the shapeshifter Chambera. She may not see the point, but I believe we could convince her that even the isolated swamp is in danger. Yes, those are excellent ideas. If I have time, I will see to recruiting them. When shall we depart? Tomorrow morning at dawn. Be prepared, Saren. We have a war to end. Yes, ma'am. It seems like we're progressing quickly. I'm not sure if this is endgame or what. It doesn't seem like it would be. But the way the story's going, it seems like we're heading that way fast. The celebration of the Queen's return had ended, the pacts had been made, and the party was ready to set off to fix what the demons had so easily broken. Alright. Go ahead and change party setup. Yeah, it can't be that much over yet. This looks like the team I'm going to use. I could see a case for maybe Ray over Dora. But she's got pinning shot, he's got headshot. I could see him instead of Ramus. Something like that. Let's go shop. We have a lot of money. 902. Let's go ahead and sell these gems. Wait a minute. What's the discount? 9. Okay. Wow, flails. Who could use those? Let's go ahead and sell the standard longsword, the standard short sword, and probably the old spear. You have an old spear yourself. Okay. So we can sell that for 30. Cloak of the Lizard King, right. SP regen 2, attack 2, magic 2, defense 4. I guess I should put that on. And leather shoulder pads. She's got leather shoulder pads. You've got Orc Knight shoulder pads. You've got studded shoulder pads. You've got a leather shawl. You've got studded shoulder pads. You've got chain pauldrons. I guess we should give it to Amukiki. And go ahead and sell the leather shawl. Alright, we have 981 as of right now. Spear of Shock. Let's see how much of an upgrade that is. Whoa, plus 10 damage. Heavy polearm weapon. Discount of 150. Normally 600. Who's the flail for? Oh, these two. That's a nice upgrade for you. Very nice. But I don't know if I'm going to use him as much as I'm going to use Ray. Ray can get an ice spike, which is a nice upgrade. Can also use Club Rapture. And we can get him... No, there's no crossbow. It's also defense. Magic Vest of Zion. I could potentially use that. Oh. Chain Gloves of the Forest. Leggings of the Death Knight. Chain Girdle of Determination. Ring of Defense, plus 5 defense. Huh. Plate shoulder pads. Would not be an upgrade for you. Chain helm. I don't want to lower her her speed much more. That would probably be an upgrade. Poison resist and yeah. Then we've got potions. Not much. We still have quite a bit of potions. Like, you know, we have 15 healing potions, 7 minor restorations, 3 minor vitalities. Let's see if she could use Ice Spike. No. Doesn't show what her secondary weapon would do for that. Standard two-handed sword. Spear of Trees. Even that would be a nice upgrade, although if speed is a concern, that would be the better upgrade, but this is much, much cheaper. But it also hits the speed more, I don't know. Then we've got the short sword Ice Spike. Ray could potentially use if he's going to be in our front line. Let's open the inventory. Let's check out Ray for a second. He's going to need probably much better armor than this. Again, he's got Cold Blood, Fatality, Headshot. And his bow is the Fine Crossbow. Yeah, he's going to need a real upgrade to armor. So let's see. Leggings of the Death Knight would be a nice upgrade for him. Chain Girdle of Determination. Bring up defense. Let's go ahead and save and see how long we've been playing. I might be able to make these choices next time. Yeah, 39 minutes. I'll pretty much wrap it up here. Let's leave the shop for now. Well, I don't know if I leave the shop, new stuff is going to be there next time we come, so I don't want to get new stuff when we can get some of the stuff that's up here. We'll just have to make some choices next time. But I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you'll join me again for the future episodes. It seems we're really cruising here towards Everburn Mountains and stuff like that, towards Fost. Or Fost. Probably Fost is the name, how you pronounce it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys will join me. Thank you so much for watching. Truly appreciate each and every one of you. Much love, peace, and joy. Next time, that's a very good weapon, by the way. Next time, we'll go ahead and finish up here at the shop. And, yeah. Hopefully see you guys then. In the meantime, take care. Be well. And, bye-bye.